Hey folks, Jonathan here, right here in the wind. I hope it don't affect the camera here, but anyway, we're trying to get this paint back down to the tank. Having a little issues. I started out using this stripper and it worked okay, wasn't great. It took a whole can just about to do that rear quarter, and that's $8 a can. So I stopped at Walmart, which I don't like going to Walmart, but I went to Walmart and I grabbed that, and it's only like $3.50 a can. Works way better. This is one coat, and I didn't let it sit long at all. It says to go 15 minutes, but I'm too afraid it's going to take too much off. So that's what we're working on now. And also, I'm trying to do some wet sanding to get the rest of this off. But the issue I'm having is I'm getting some white, which is underneath of the pink around it. So I don't know quite what to do yet with that. I'm trying this block sander, which is a 400 and a 600. I've tried both sides, so it don't seem to matter what I do. I don't want to get, I don't mind the white, but I don't want to take a lot of it off. I'm trying to get as much pink as we can get. So anyway, may try to maybe go in there with a brush or something and do some more stripper on it, just in the spots it needs it or something. It's going to take time, but we're going to do something. Now, like I said, I just done this one coat, put it on, let it sit just a couple minutes, and then I hit it with the pressure washer. Go ahead and do this fender, and then probably hit this again. And I won't leave it on this very long at all, but there's a lot of black there that looks like maybe spray can black or primer black, maybe somebody sprayed on it. So I know we're going to run into some issues, bodywork issues and stuff under this, but it's not a big issue. We're just trying to get as much paint as we can back. However it looks is how it's going to look, so we're not too worried about that. All right. We're not going to do this whole door. I'm just going to do a little bit of it because I want to make sure that it's going to take what's on it left without getting into my pink paint. And we're trying not to get it on the trim. This is aluminum trim, but it's stainless on each side. It's not hurting the stainless a bit. I'm sure it'll discolor and eat into the aluminum if we're not careful. Probably should wear a mask on this, but I'm outside and the wind's blowing pretty hard. Stuff works really fast. I think if I left it on 15 minutes like they said, it would actually take all the paint off. Yeah, you can see it peeling, so we're going to go ahead and hit that. Going quick. Okay, what I'm finding is under a lot of the black, it looks like there may not be any paint. Like maybe that was the primer they was using. But that's okay. You know, like I said, we're just going for as best as we can get. So, and I know a lot of you might have said, well, you should have left it on longer, but I'm just too afraid of it eating into the paint. I'm trying to keep the paint. So, anyway, it's coming along. We're probably going to go ahead and weld some patch panels in down here and maybe just put some gray primer over it or something. I did pick up some pink paint, but I don't know, you know, I doubt I'm going to be able to get something matched close enough to look like this. But I think what we're going to do now is maybe go to above the fender, beside the hood here, and just check that and see how that looks. And then we'll come back to this and then start touching it, and hopefully we can get it. It's still, some of it still peel off, but you know, we'll see what happens. Definitely don't seem to be working as fast, or this may be thicker paint. I can scratch it, and I can scratch about halfway through the brown. It is peeling right here. It's working. We'll let her sit a few minutes and we'll hit it. Running into a lot of places where it looks like they have sanded through the paint. I can see the sand marks on the metal. So we're going to be losing some paint up there. But I think maybe gray primer would clash pretty good with it. So we'll have some spots that has some gray, but we're still going to take her down to the paint. I'm determined. So, all right, I'll keep at it, and I'll just keep you updated as I go. Okay, we're moving along. I kind of have a feeling that everything on top of this car is going to be a lot like that. It's going to be pretty rough. We may have to, well, we're going to do something. But we're going on the tops of the fenders now. Okay, we're moving right along with paint stripping here. It looks like, you can see a lot of the white, but it looks like that's probably about what it's going to look like when we're done. I'm going to try a little harder not to get, you know, as much paint off, but it's going to be rough. And then we've got this door, which is pretty rough. This fender, I think I can work with a lot of that black will come off. I think this will look pretty good here. Up top, I'm going to do some priming on it. The hood, I think, is going to be fine. We're working on taking the brown off of it. There's some places up in the front where they sanded, but we'll just do some little touch-up stuff. And this fender is terrible because there's no pink paint on this fender. Someone had stripped the entire fender off. Probably when it had to do with whatever happened to that rocker, I'd say, but they didn't have anything but brown paint on it. No primer, no nothing. So we'll clean this up and maybe just put some gray primer on it. Probably just be best. There might be, I think there's some pink left on the top of it. I don't know how far or around or what. We'll see how that works out. The door's still got paint. The tops of these is going to be pretty much gone, so we'll have to like a little gray primer or something. And I don't know about this quarter. I'm wondering, I think it's got paint under it. It's looking like it, so I think we're going to be okay on it. And I know a lot of people said something about, or a few people said something about the hubcap. I lost one. I just didn't put them on the passenger side or the driver's side yet. Just was in a hurry to get that first, you know, drive done. So, and let me see. We can tell there's paint here and down. I really don't know about the trunk. If I was to guess, got to have some on it. I don't know how much. You know, we'll just have to hit it and see. If it don't have any, it'll be gray primer also. The back section back here's got a lot of pink on it, so I think that'll be fine. So it'll maybe look sort of rat rottish, but the main thing is we're not destroying the car whatsoever, because you know, it's like I said, it's got to be stripped down anyway before it ever got painted. So we're just going to strip it down and make it look like I want it to look for now, and then you know, whoever ends up with it, which I've got a pretty good idea who it's going to be, but whoever ends up with it can do what they want. They can finish stripping it, or you know, sand it, paint it, whatever they want to do. So it's going to keep playing, and I'm not going to show you, you know, the process, but you've already seen enough of that. So we'll just keep working with it, keep trying to get as much off as we can. We got it's like a lot of nicks and scrapes and scratches and stuff in here. Not sure why, but you know, it is what it is. It's just going to look as good as it's going to look, and that's all there is to it. I still like the pink. I like this look better than the brown. I just want to get more of that brown off. Something about that brown I just really don't like. I had a pickup truck one time that I had just a bunch of paint I wanted to mix together to paint it, because I didn't have enough paint to paint it, and I mixed it all together, and it came out this same crap looking brown as this, and I never did like it. Just something about that don't look good to me. So you know, the old original paint with a lot of problems looks better than that brown. So anyway, we're moving right along. We're going to get it, and I'll keep you updated on it, and hopefully we can get on that roof before too long. I want to get that painted white, and you know, I would normally you could gray primer, but primer don't do good in the weather and the sunlight and stuff. So we just want to go ahead and sand it. We'll prime it, seal it, whatever we need to do to get, you know, because of the thin issue there, and then we'll get some paint on it. And I'll probably end up just getting the spray gun and spraying it. We'll tape everything off, and we'll put a good coat on it. That way we don't have to worry about it. So, all right, let me get back at it. Okay, folks, we checked out the oil light on this. What I did was pull the wire and grounded it. When I grounded it, the light came on. Now, with it hooked up, the light won't come on. So that tells me that the switch is actually staying open. And what it's supposed to do is, when the engine's not running and there's no pressure on it, it's supposed to be grounded out. And you know, so it's a closed circuit. So when you start it and it, you know, puts pressure to it, it actually opens the switch, turns the switch open, so it's not grounding anymore, so your light will go out. And I think these probably work, you know, used to be, I think 7 to 11 pounds, somewhere through there is where they'll come on at. So I bought a new switch for it. Now, we haven't got the temperature sensing unit, and they didn't have one in stock for this thing, so I'm thinking it's the wrong one. Probably the 67 model one. So we've got a new sending unit here that is the correct one for it. So we're going to stick it in there and see if that solves our problem with it. Okay, so we got the wire hooked up. It still needs to be taped up, or maybe some heat shrink put on it or something, but we're going to get in it. And if we turn the key on and the light comes on, the oil light, then so far we've done good. Ah, there it is. We got our fan on. Now our fan don't want to turn off. Nope, that's all right. We'll let it run. I did figure out the shifter. You have to actually pull it toward you instead of push up. I tried pushing up, that didn't work. So if you pull it toward you, then you're good. So we're going to try this oil. Let me see. Yep, lights out. We'll turn her off. There she is. Goes out instantly, so we got oil pressure. We're good to go there. I did get the tailpipes on also. I'll show you that. My tap went away and my lifter, now it's back. So it probably just needs driven quite a bit. Change the oil again. Alright, we got pipes on it. And new hangers. You can see where I put it together. Pipes over the rear end was solid, but as soon as they come back, see what they look like. That's what they look like. So we cut them off, and I went beyond in front of where this was with the pipe, slid over it about 10 inches or so, and then I'll weld them up. I'm probably not going to weld them, you know, all the way, because they're not gonna, it's not like they're going to leak bad. But it's sounding good. Original thrush mufflers. So we got that part done. We still got the leak up front to take care of on the engine. But you can hear that lifter tap. Yeah, it did go away, but tighten my belt back up too. Probably just wore the rust off the pulley. Yeah, it's not quietening now. Maybe some Marble Mist oil in it. See what happens there. And I guess this thing never ran, from what I'm getting from everybody online, it never ran a shroud. So we'll move the fan forward probably, maybe even an inch would help. But like I said, it's not heating at all. It's not getting hot, none. But I haven't had good experiences with Fords and overheating. I ran a 55 Ford in high school with a 351 Windsor, and I ran a 49 Ford truck with a flathead V8 that I had done some work to, and both of them I had issues at, you know, different times with overheating. So that's what worries me so much about it. I just don't have a good record with the Fords. But anyway, we're going to keep on it. I've got we're still playing with the stripping of the paint, but we're not getting much anywhere because we decided to do some mechanic work on it today. So okay, I played with the temperature gauge a little bit, and it ain't right. The engine's still cold, and it goes up way too fast. So I think it's probably just the wrong ohm for it, or something. So we're gonna get one of them on the way. And like I said, our oil light is working fine. Let me show you Noah's truck. We're having heater issues on this truck. It's burning up switches, so I'm changing the heater motor. But we had some wires that had gotten hot, so Noah is actually in here taking the harness out inside the dash, and we're gonna get this back together, and I'll have some heat. All right, here's Noah's truck. He wanted me to show you everybody his truck. This is what I was talking about, the Carolina Squat. Now he does have an engine in the back, Honda engine, so, and he's got his tools back there. But you can see how low it sits compared to the front. And these boys don't run any exhaust pipes or any mufflers. I told him I wasn't going to do nothing but attract the police, but who knows? All right. At least he's got it legal, so he's been looking forward to that. All right, well, we're going to get back to work, try to get this wiring done this evening, and get me some heat in that truck. The blower motor hadn't worked on that in a long time. All right, appreciate everybody watching. Till next time, bye.